Welcome to this video about advocacy. After watching, we hope you'll have a better understanding of what it is and why it's necessary. We'll also offer some guidelines on how trustees can be the best advocates for their libraries. One of the most important jobs of a trustee is that of an advocate for the library, spreading the word about the library, informing people about what the library does and how it benefits the community. But what is advocacy? Common definitions usually mention building partnerships and turning passive support into informed action. Often we think of this when a specific action is desired. For example, when a library has decided to ask voters to consider a mill levy to provide funding for the library. But advocacy needs to be an ongoing effort. The public needs to be familiar with the role of the library and how the library delivers value to the community. Ongoing advocacy helps develop community support, which leads to more support when the library really needs it. So education, persuasion, and influence also play a part in ongoing advocacy efforts. Pause for a moment and consider why the library matters to you personally. What value does it bring to your community? And how library values fit with community goals. Determining why the library is important, both to you and the community, provides the opportunity to offer reasons why the work of the library is essential to the community's future and why ensuring sustainable support is necessary. Consider some of the specific benefits you receive from the library. Perhaps you don't need to borrow books, but enjoy some of the programming or other events held there. What are some benefits that others receive from the library? Think about the different demographics in town. Parents with young children who appreciate the story times. Retirees who take advantage of computer help and volunteer opportunities. Becoming aware of the needs of various groups makes it easier to develop relevant messages that can be shared when appropriate. It's often helpful to make a list of specific audiences along with some benefits they receive from the library. Think about your friends, people you see frequently, groups you belong to. What are their interests? What needs do they have the library might be able to meet? There are the obvious. Your book club could check out a kit containing enough copies of a title so members don't have to buy their own. But there are others, such as the neighbor who needs help with the online job application, or the homeschool family looking for resources to support the curriculum. Understanding the priorities of elected officials is also important. What matters to them when it comes to the community? How can the library contribute to their success? This is when relationships become valuable. Trustees and library directors need to cultivate these relationships, getting to know officials as individuals rather than just a funding source. What are their interests? Finding a personal connection can have more impact than a general statement. Another strategy is to think of 5 influential people in the community, develop 5 reasons why they need to come to the library, then share 5 facts about how the library supports the community. This could even be a brainstorming session at a board meeting. Individual trustees are likely to have differing circles of friends, providing a larger pool of possible supporters in the future. Now that you've thought about ways the library is valuable to different segments of the community and know more about the values and goals of elected officials, it's time to develop a strategy for being a successful library advocate. First, think about your personal style. Going with your natural tendencies will seem more genuine than trying to be something you're not. Are you an introvert? Not comfortable with public speaking or appealing to large groups? Then you may not be the choice for the budget presentation at City Hall, but might be excellent at writing a newspaper editorial or meeting a commissioner for coffee to explain what extra library funding would do for the community. It can be helpful to focus on specific problems relevant to specific supporters. Pick something they care about. Explain how the library can offer a solution and suggest ways they can be part of that solution. Reflect back on the different audiences you came up with earlier. Now develop 1 or 2 talking points that will be relevant to them. For your retired friend on limited income, did you know you can access popular magazines for free online with your library card? Stories are powerful. Work with the library director to discover some compelling patron experiences. The individual who was able to use a library study room and laptop to connect with their military child overseas. The rural family who could check out a hotspot for internet access so their child can complete school assignments. Keep these in mind to share when the opportunity arises. Data can also be a powerful tool. The number of visitors or programs can be insightful. Library visits compared to visitors to the city pool, or the number of free lunches given out during summer reading programs. The percentage of property tax that goes to the library can be used to discuss the idea of return on investment. In summary, advocacy is a vital job for trustees. It's ongoing, involves reaching out to a wide variety of people with relevant messages anytime the opportunity arises. Promoting the library now will make it easier when support is needed in the future. Given what you have learned about advocacy today, how can you better explain the value of the library to the community?